Welcome to the first of our fireside chats, where I'll be joined by some of our cybersecurity technical instructors to talk about individual cybersecurity courses we offer through DDLS. Today, we're going to be discussing the most recent cyber course that DDLS launched only a few months ago, the ISACA Certified Information Security Manager, or CISM. And joining me to discuss this course today is DDLS's cybersecurity instructor, Louis Kremen. Louis, thanks for coming on to the chat.
Good to be here.
So, looking at the CISM, it's a 4-day instructor-led course which you deliver. What are students going to learn over these 4 days, and what is the CISM actually about?
Yeah, so the Certified Information Security Manager class is very much a 4-day class looking at definitely more obviously the management side of information security. So a lot of the classes that I look at and teach focus a lot on the technical aspect, looking at, these are the controls we need to put in place. This is how we set up, certain areas of firewalls or certain IDSs or IPSs or, certain types of appliances. Whereas ISACA and CISM looks at controls and goes, okay, those controls are good. We like controls. Those are there to bring risk down to an acceptable level. Let's talk about risk. Let's talk about how we manage it for the organization. Let's how we talk to our senior leadership, talk to the board about managing risk for the entire organization. And when it comes to the course itself, it doesn't have the same technical focus a lot of my other courses have. It is much more focused on a lot of the higher level points of information security and how to integrate it across an entire organization. So in the 4 days, each day is a different domain. So on the first day, we look at governance, and we delve heavily into governance and how governance really is that sort of ultimate tool set that we can use to integrate across everything that we do. We look at information risk management. We spend an entire day looking at that. We look at information security program development and management, and then looking at things like developing a business case, and again a lot more heavier focus on the management side of running information security program. And then the last day, a bit more technical, looking at the information security incident management piece. Being able to manage an incident, that will obviously affect an organization in the area of information security.
Okay, great. So it sounds like a lot of content for them to take in over those 4 days. You mentioned that this is management focused. How much technical knowledge should someone have coming into this course? Like, is it a requirement that that they've been an information security professional for a number of years?
Yeah, in order to sit the exam, I would recommend having, you would need a certain level of experience in order to sit the exam. Those information can be found on the ISACA's website. For the actual course itself, it does focus highly on the management side. It is not, we're not looking at labs. We're not sort of, delving into controls. It is much more heavily focused on the high level concepts. One of the good things about this class is that this course does attract a lot of technical people who are being thrust into management positions, and it also means that people who are attending this class tend to talk, well, they talk to the other people in other basically in the same role in other organizations. And there's this Australian context of, how are you doing these things? How are you solving this? And how are we applying this in a practical way? And a lot of our, pretty much a lot of my students have gotten a lot out of that section of the class as well. So not only do you get the information regarding the CISM certification, the content of the course, and looking at how to manage your information security program in a cost-effective way, but then you then get to compare notes with other people in the industry, which is, again, another fantastic benefit of it.
Definitely. So you're talking other people in the industry and your students in your classes. What kind of roles are you seeing that are actually sitting this course?
So it's either the people that are already currently managing information security program, and some of them have come to the class and they feel a little bit out of depth with their current role. They go, oh, I came into this from a technical role. I'm now in information security. I need to talk to the CEO, talk to the board, and I want a more confident way of doing that, or a more formal way of understanding what I currently do. Some people are looking to get into that management role, and so I'm wanting to have an understanding of how to do that. I like to describe this, and I don't know whether it's it's not 100% correct on this one, but I like to describe it as an MBA for security people, because it really does take a lot of the business aspects and apply it to people who are in the information security space, and really look at how we can align the business and security together in order to make a more secure organization. So the people that come into this class are people who are technically minded that are now in a managerial position or want to get into that managerial position. That's pretty much the typical people that get into my classes.
Okay. And then certifications that might work well with the CISM. Anything you can recommend that someone might have already sat going, well, this would be a great chance for me to maybe do CISM. And then also at the same time, if they've done their CISM, what might they want to look at? Like, for example, a lot of people out there will go and do the CISP. Does CISM align nicely with the CISSP?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of people who get the CISM certification do tend to get a lot of the other OSACA certifications as well. So the CISM, CSAR, CRISC, the other certifications that are there. And I've had a lot of people who have come through either CISM or CISP and gone, what is another good thing to do? What's another good course to do? And I recommend both of these two. They both come at the same problem of how to manage an information security program from two different angles. CISP comes up from a very comprehensive, both technical and sort of higher level perspective, and CISM goes more in depth in some of the higher level aspects. And so getting both of those focuses, putting them together is a fantastic people. And people who have come through my class have come through both of those, have gotten a lot out of both CISP and CISM. So yeah, definitely they complement each other very well as a class.
Fantastic. That's great. Look, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks so much for having a chat with me about CISM, and we'll see you next time.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Louis. Bye.